Hi, and welcome back to Yoga with Tim. I'm going to recommend for the core work that we do today that you have a couple of blocks or something to put your feet up on at the level of blocks, and that's going to help you to work your glutes and your hamstrings and your core when we do the core work. Let's begin today's class lying down on the back. So to help to integrate into the core, our rib cage will decide whether we're using our transverse abdominis well. Our rib cage, because of poor posture and tension, has a tendency to flare up when we go to lie down. So I don't want you to flatten your lower back, but instead I want you to feel that as you exhale, you can take your ribs and knit them in and down towards your hips. You're going to notice right away that that reveals the tension in your neck and your shoulders. So let your neck release back down, let your shoulders gradually drop back down to the ground. On the exhalation, I want you to really focus on this, and each time I ask you to engage your core, think of hugging on your exhalation your rib cage down and gripping on all four sides on your waist. Let's try it from the easiest exercise, bringing one leg up at a time. Exhale the ribs back in and down, knit in all four sides of your waist. Lower your right leg. Bring it back up. Exhale. Squeeze it all down as you lower your left leg. You should feel it all grip. Back up. Exhale, lower your right. Back up. Exhale, lower your left. Back up. Now, tuck your chin in towards your chest and like a paper towel roll in your ears, like you're rolling your ears, front ears down, back ears up, then roll yourself up from that same action. Then arms come forward, knit in again, and lower to the right. Back up, lower the left. Back up, the right. Back up, the left. Back up. Lower your head down, open your arms out to your side, knit your ribs in again, and take your knees over to the right. And over to the left. Over to the right. Still keep the rib action. Over to the left. Back to center. Now plant your feet down onto the ground. Lift your hips up off the ground. Knit your ribs in and down. Hug in all four sides of your waist. Now contract your hamstrings. Contract your glutes. Keep your neck free and relaxed. Lower your butt back down. Lift back up. Lower your butt back down. Bring your legs up into table. Cinch in all four sides of your waist, ribs down. Lower the right. Lower the left. To make it more challenging, try lowering both at the same time. Back up. Heels down, lift your butt up. Back down. Now, if you have your blocks or something to put your feet up onto, set those up, and it's going to make the hip lift a little more interesting. Are you ready? Ribs in, lift up, hold there. Now see if you can hug in on all four sides, hug in on your waist, and without any twisting, bring your right leg up. Change, bring your left leg up. Lower your butt down, legs up, cinch in as you exhale, lower both legs. Back up, heels down, hips up, cinch in all four sides, low abs, bring your left leg up, squeeze your right hamstring, change, bring your right leg up. Back down, lower your butt down, last round, bring the knees up. Now this time take the arms up too. Hug in your ribs, stretch the arms and the legs away from each other. Bring them back up. Stretch away, cinch your low abs. Back up. Last one, stretch away. Back up, crunch up to your knees. Hold there. Stretch your right leg forward. Change, stretch the left. Change, stretch the right. Change, stretch the left, twist up and over to the outside of your right knee. Change, go to the left, to the right, and to the left. Back to center, lower down, heels on the blocks, lift up, cinch in on your waist, hug your low abs, all four sides of your waist, ribs, bring your left leg up. Now lower slowly and lift back up, keeping the left leg hovering. Lower slowly, back up, lower slow. Think exhaling the ribs to lift up. Change legs 3 times on the other side. Inhale slowly, exhale up. Squeeze your hamstring and your glute. Inhale slowly, exhale up. Inhale slowly, exhale up. Lower your butt down, hug your knees to your chest, roll up to seated, and stretch back into downward facing dog. Look up in between your hands, step, walk, or hop to the top of your mat, and fold forward. Roll yourself up to stand, and we're going to do a warm-up for the hip flexors. So our hip flexors, we want them to be strong and long. We want them to be able to pull the leg up and to hold it up strong in a good position without the whole body tucking. And then we want to be able to lengthen it by reaching it behind, moving the buttock down, and then stretching an arm up. So let's put those two movements together. Balancing on your right foot, bring your left knee up, and feel this muscle right here squeeze. You can even put your thumb against it and squeeze it. Squeeze it up there, and then reach it back and stretch your left arm up as you tuck your left buttock under and down. Pull it back up, and reach back. Buttock goes in, navel in. Pull it up, squeeze that hip flexor, and reach it back. Change sides, 3 times on the other side. Pull your right leg up. Now squeeze up. You can even push up into your hand so you feel your hip flexors turn on, and then reach back. Buttock goes in and down, navel goes in as you reach up and over. Pull back up, squeeze, reach back. Pull up and squeeze, reach back. One more time, and reach back. Then stand in mountain pose. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Step or hop back to down dog. Inhale to up dog. Come into plank. Bring your right knee up to your right elbow. Change, left knee up to your left elbow. Stretch back to down dog. Bend your knees and look forward. Hop or step up. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, Samastiti. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Hop or step back to down dog. Inhale, up dog. Into plank. Left knee to left elbow. Knit the ribs up. Right knee to right elbow. Downward facing dog. Look forward. Step or float up. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Take your feet outer hips distance apart. Big toes are going to turn out just slightly, and then slowly drop your buttock down like you're going to sit into a chair behind you. Now observe your feet. Don't let your feet twist in or out. Take a block out in front of you. Remember your hip flexors that were turning on to bring your knee up? Squeeze the hip flexors to pull you into the floor of the squat. Now, press down into your heels, feel the opposite muscles turn on, feel your quads and your glutes turn on, and drive yourself up from those strong muscles. Push the floor down and away. As you inhale, control yourself down. Now remember those hip flexors, it's gonna pull you down. Squeeze the hip flexors to pull yourself into the basement of the squat. Then press through your heels, turn on your glutes, turn on your quads, drive yourself up. Inhale, slowly lower. Squeeze the hip flexors, get deeper. Push through your heels, drive yourself up. 40 more times. No, the last one. Slowly lower. Squeeze into hip flexion, but keep the lumbar lengthened. Now turn on the opposite muscles, glutes, quads, push up, fold forward. Plant your hands, hop or step back to down dog. Inhale, upward facing dog. Come into plank. Right knee to left elbow. Change, left knee to right elbow. Change, right knee to left elbow. Change, left knee to right elbow. Stretch back into child's or downward facing dog. Then shift into plank, place your hands down. Come into Vashisthasana side plank, right knee down or both legs straight, your call. Change, left hand down, right arm up. Change, right hand down, left arm up. Change, left hand down, right arm up. Bring both hands down, narrow hand downward dog with the thumbs together, stretch back. Then step your left foot up to the outside of your left hand, right foot to the outside of your right hand. Control yourself down, keeping your feet upright. Use your hip flexors to bring your hips into flexion, your thighs into flexion in relationship to your pelvis. Then slide the back of the right shoulder to the inside of the right knee and twist open. Pretend like you're prying your elbow, your left elbow up to the ceiling, but without hinging from just your lower back. Spread your arms. Come back to center. Change sides. Pry that elbow open. Feel the whole spine lengthening, not just hinging from your thoracic lumbar where the thoracic meets the lumbar. Come back to center and fold forward. Inhale into a flat back. Exhale, fold deeper. Sit into chair pose one more time, this time with the arms forward. Stand and release your arms down at your side. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Step back into downward facing dog. Hop to a seated position. And we're going to come back into sub-abdominals. So starting from boat pose, bring your feet up. Lower into low boat pose. Back ribs down on the ground. Maybe stretch the legs to straight. Come back up into boat pose. Lower into low boat pose. Back up into boat. Ardha Navasana. Now remember that rib cage action. Squeeze your rib cage in. Hold your abs in, cinch in all four sides. From that action, come back up. And then from that action, lower down. Let's practice with the heels down so we could really feel it. And then heels up. And then come up. Heels down. Control it down. Then heels down, Lie down on your back. Take your feet up onto your block on the tall height with legs straight. Cinch in all four sides of your waist, ribs in, and lift up. Now as you hold here, narrow in on the waist. Contract the hamstrings and the glutes. And if you really squeeze from here and get enough stability, maybe you could hover your right leg up. Drive through your left heel. Change, squeeze in, squeeze your glutes, left foot up. Change, squeeze in, squeeze your glutes, right. Change, drive down through your upper arms, squeeze in your core. Change, set that foot down, lower down. Hug your knees in, roll yourself up to seated, and make your way back to downward dog. Come into plank pose, and now we're gonna practice shoulder taps. So the same action in your ribs, glutes. Right hand to left shoulder, change left hand to right. Change right hand to left, change left hand to right. Keep it going. Then set your knees down. Stretch your hips back with your toes pointed back. Go to where you feel your edge. So for some, this is enough stretch. For others, you could walk back. Still for others, you could move the tailbone down, ribs in, and then lift up. And do an extra little bridge from a kneeling position. Rib cage in, tailbone to the backs of the knees, spread your collarbones. Then lower your butt back down. Sweep your feet around out in front of you. Let's do a few stretches now. So take your legs wide apart. Level of hamstring and hip tension max, number 3, you're gonna work on your upright seat. If you have less hip and hamstring tension, lean forward and put your hands down. Level 2. Level 1 tension in the hips, hamstrings, you might be able to walk the hands forward, hook your big toes, or even put your chest or head down on the ground. One isn't better than the other. You're just looking for where your level of tension is, where you have to go to feel a stretch. Then come back up. Bring your left heel into your pubic bone, sit up tall, turn to face your knee. Then bring your right hand to your right inner leg and slide your hand along your leg. Take your left arm up and over, reach over for your foot, or slide your hand behind your head. Hold here. Inhale back up, change sides. Take your left leg out wide, bring your right leg in. So now we're just getting up to open up all that tension that we might have overdone in some of the ab work. If you weren't using your core right, the hip flexors might have worked too much, so this is a great way to open it all up. Then come back up, and we're gonna sit for meditation now. This one's my jam. We're gonna place the left ankle right in between. If you look at, there's like a little divot between your ankle and your heel bone. Can you see that on your bottom foot? You're just gonna take your top ankle and slide it right into there. Then we got our perfect meditation set up. Turn your palms to face up or down, wherever feels comfortable for you. If this is too gnarly to sit like this, if your hips don't open up like this, just sit with your legs crossed. But I want you to close your eyes, shift your focus inward, and feel your muscles start to relax. Relax the muscles in your face. Relax your jaw and your tongue. Feel your shoulders and your neck release. Feel that you're very upright. You're sitting as if your back was up against the wall, but you can let go of any strain and feel the muscles up and down the spine widen. The whole lateral sheath start to open. The back body spread. Feel your hips and your groin soften. So we did some really good work for our core, but the most important work is training our diaphragmatic breath. Because whatever core work you do, if you do 20 minutes of core work a day, that's great. But your diaphragm is working 24/7. So if we can start to change the way that we breathe, this is going to help us to have a stronger core all the time. So feel your shoulders and your neck completely relaxed. And then let's bring the hands to the sides of the ribs. And as you breathe in, breathe towards your belly. Feel your side ribs widen without your shoulders or your neck lifting. When you can't widen anymore, exhale and let the ribs draw back in and down. Your chest shouldn't jump forward and up. Your shoulders shouldn't hike up. Breathe into the ribs. And let it out. Spine is upright. Now bring your hands back to the meditation position and see if you can recreate that same action without touching the ribs. Before you open your eyes, notice the effect of the diaphragmatic breath. It might be calming, cooling, grounding, but at the same time, notice how you feel energized from it. Open your eyes. Great job, you did it. Thanks for joining me for today's class. You got through it. It's a great morning ritual to have. A little bit of moving, a little bit of breathing, a little bit of meditation should help you to feel pretty good for the rest of the day. Hey, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. This will make sure that you don't miss any of the future uploads. Turn on the notification bell. It's also the best way to support the channel if that's something you feel like doing. And also, leave a comment below if you want to see more morning routines like this to get started, and hit the like button while you're at it. I'll see you next time. Have a great day.